Hi guys, welcome back to the Gully Cricket Showdown. I'm Pankaj and with me as always is our in-house expert Mukul. Today we will be discussing the upcoming match between India and Australia. So Mukul, let's get right into it. Both teams have won their group. Australia with 4 wins of 4 and India won 3 matches to top the group. And I have to say, I think Australia has looked the better side between the two. Looked flawless. I don't think they have had any competitive matches as well. While India has struggled in 2 of the matches against Pakistan, especially. So, what's your take on it?
I think one of the key issue is the ground and the environment and everything. I think Australia majorly have played their matches in West Indies, where the scoring has been comparatively good as compared to the pitches in New York and even Florida, if you ask me. So I think that's the major difference. But like I said, the serious games start now, so we'll have to see. Obviously, Australia has all the firepower. Australia has always been the much organized side, so there is a benefit to Australia mentally also because they won against India. But having said that, this is not a semi-final or a final, so I think considering that India might have the psychological edge.
Yeah, I think we only lose when it's a final or a semi-final.
Correct. So probably there won't be semi-final, but if there is a final, that's where we'll lose. We'll win probably this one.
Yeah. So let's get into player picks as well for this actually. I mean, Kohli has been a big question mark this tournament so far. He hasn't performed to his levels. Not doing too well against USA as well. Got out in the first ball that he faced. But surely you can't afford to miss out on Kohli when you're picking your team, right?
I think, like they say, wounded tiger is more dangerous. We saw some news. Kohli has been practicing way more than everybody else in West Indies, and I saw some report where he faced some deliveries by Kuldeep, and he was timing them really good. He faced some deliveries by Khalil also, who's a left armer seam bowler, where Kohli has issues, and he missed out a few on them also, and he looked frustrated. So I'm sure there is still time, and he will work on his timing to get it right. And also you have to believe, like, there is a, we take these things too casually, but I've been to US, I've been to like many places in the world. It takes like 4 to 5 whole days to just adjust to the time only. So, like, I'm not complaining, or like, everybody is facing the same problem. That's not a excuse. But what I mean to say is that when your whole environment, your whole timeline, everything changes, you do get stuck in some things, and it's hard to come out of it. So I think that's also some of the problem, which these players are professionals. Obviously, they're used to it. They travel around the world. They play around the world. But I think there are issues like that. Now again, they have to go to West Indies from USA, and from New York to West Indies is a far way down. I'm not saying US is a huge country. It has 4 time zones within them. So even Florida from US, I've been there. Like, it's very far, and West Indies is even further south. So it does, like, constantly traveling and changing and everything, it does take a toll on you. Having said that, now they are in West Indies, they will be settled, they will be playing on different islands. I think it will be much less travel, much less hassle of like doing all of that, and that will, I'm hoping that will give him more time to settle down, do more practice, and then perform in the matches when it matters.
Yeah, and do you think there will be changes to any of the lineups as well for India or Australia?
Yes, I think Australia, especially the match is in St. Lucia, which is considering a high scoring ground. And if I can tell you that if it's a high scoring ground, India will have a slight edge, because India has their batting. You see the pitches where India has played so far, and even in that, they have, like, relatively their batting has performed decent. Like, it was a bowler's paradise. You have seen teams even like South, not keep Pakistan out of the equation, but even if you see teams like South Africa and everything, they have struggled to score even 100 runs. So India has relatively played better cricket on those pitches. They have won matches with like 17 and 16 overs, 17 overs. They absolutely hammered Ireland. So I think when it comes to like batting paradises, I think India will have slight upper edge. Like the likes of Surya Kumar, Shivam Dubey, they will really come to the party. I'm hoping, at least. I'm really betting big on Hardik Pandya. Trust me, Hardik Pandya has performed way better than he is in IPL. He's a big match player. He's a good international bet to bet on. Whatever he performs in IPL or whatever, but he has always been a clutch international match player. And if you see the past match performances, also he is bowling 4 overs, he's bowling fast, he's taking wickets, his line and lengths are good, and he's when it comes to the batting, whatever he has, he is trying to like pitch in that also, and he has also always been a good fielder. So I think he will also be a really good pick.
Yeah, and what about players from Australia as well?
Australia, I think Warner has been really. I think he was some other Warner we were seeing in Delhi Capitals. He had just. I saw some photos where he has changed his stance a little bit. He's doing his last dance, so he is in like he has nothing to lose. He has I think he has all the trophies he wants. So I think he just want to retire after this. He has already announced that, so he's just giving it all. So Warner will be a good pick. He always was, but even more so now. And obviously, have had is a huge threat to India also or any other team when he performs. So especially on batting pitches. So I think Head and Warner are must picks. But other than that, I think I'm not a big fan of Mitchell Marsh. If you ask me, he's an okay player. I think he gets more hype than he actually is capable of. So, but you can pick him in one or two. I think third player from Australia should be Marcus Stoinis. He's really, really in good form. So I think Stoinis will be a good book, and Zemba.
I think we are all well versed with Travis Head. Brings back a
Yes.
few of the finals.
Yes.
So talking about predictions, who do you think takes this one? Obviously, India seems to perform much better when it's not a high stake match, although India and Australia usually is. Yeah.
I think like I said, the match is like the last match of the two Super 8. So I think that will also make an impact. I'm hoping India will beat Bangladesh for sure. Afghanistan is not something or some team which you should take lightly now. So India versus Afghanistan, you can't simply say if India will win. You don't know that, to be honest with you. So if they win both their matches, then I think the odds will favor India more because they'll be much confident. They won't have the pressure that will be knocked out if they lose this match. I think when India has that kind of pressure on them, then they tend to like get under pressure and lose. So it will depend on the situation. But considering that, I think both the teams are looking really solid. It can be a scenario where India wins both the matches and loses against Australia or otherwise. So it remains to be seen. The odds are kind of, being an Indian, I'll favor India, and not just because I'm just from India, but I think India has the real. In Australia, if you get Travis Head and Warner out, I think they will be under real pressure. The only genuine batter they'll have is Marcus Stoinis, then who can like take them out of the rut. Otherwise, Mitchell Marsh and Wade and everything, I think they can hit a few balls, but I don't think they can. They are consistent. So it will depend a lot on how the pitches perform, how the combinations become. Like if Kuldeep Yadav comes into the play, I think he will be a good pick. And you have to remember, I'm hoping the boundaries are like that only. These are not IPL matches. The boundaries are huge. It's not easy to hit sixes and everything, so especially spinners will come into play in that. So we'll see.
Yeah, so India to win again, going by what you are saying, I think India has to learn how to play well when their backs are against the wall.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, that's it from us, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back very soon with another breakdown. Keep playing on Gully Cricket, where you stand a chance to win $5,000 every match. Do like and subscribe and share the video. See you in the next one.
Yep.